Hi, hello there. Welcome to my channel. This is Book Gal Erin. I'm the Book Gal. My name is Erin. I'm here to introduce myself today, so strap in, buckle up, and let's get started with the Booktube Newbie tag. Question 1. Why did you start this channel? I live in Sydney, Australia, and we're all in lockdown. And I am currently on my own in my apartment, and I've just got my cat here to keep me company, and she's not much for conversation. In fact, she hasn't read a single book, so I really need to start looking outward for some communication and talk about bookish things. 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? So I get genuine enjoyment from searching for and discovering sort of weird, quirky, lesser-known books. Like I'll just go trolling through like Goodreads lists or like random articles to try and find for the kinds of books I want to read. And it would be selfish of me to keep all of these books that I find a secret. I like a video with a strong concept, so expect more videos like my Twin Peaks video I did last week, where I'm just gonna make more overly specific book recommendations for you guys. 3. What are you most excited for about this new channel? Honestly, I'm excited to get to the point where maybe I'll get sent some free books to review them. That would be so sweet. So excited for that point. That's the dream. 4. Why do you love reading? So reading is really in my blood. Like my mom was a librarian. Like some families are really into sports, but mine was really into stories. So mom really loved books and reading, and then dad loved sci-fi, and then I come along and I like reading sci-fi to combine the two. And other kinds of books, but that's another question. You gotta stay tuned for that one. And yeah, ultimately reading is just a great kind of escape, especially in lockdown where I can't leave my apartment physically, but at least my mind can wander to all kinds of different places. So we're up to question 5. What book or series got you into reading? So my answer to this is Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut. Read it sometime in high school and it really just clicked for me. And I've got this really pretty edition right here. I love that. There's just so many different elements in the book that I love, like the trippy sci-fi, time travel, and human in an alien zoo kind of weirdness. But then also the very serious, brutal realities of war. All wrapped up in this kind of witty, satirical tone. So that really ignited in me sort of a passion for reading books like that. And an honorable mention to the Ender's Game series, which I read when I was like 13 years old. Even though we don't really like to talk about Orson Scott Card anymore because he's kind of a trash bag. But at the time, it was a damn fine book, and the twist at the end blew my tiny little mind. And 6, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? How talk book good? How to talk book good. No, how to talk about books in a way that's engaging and entertaining for YouTube. Because if people aren't watching, then I'm just babbling in front of my camera by myself, and I don't want that. Question 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I guess the challenge of not being cringy on youtube.com. Public humiliation is an ever-present threat when you're putting yourself out there. Of course I'm going to be pretty awkward at first. This is the second video. I've got a lot of personal growth and learning to do. It's just, camera presence and editing and all that good stuff. I'm sure each video will get better than the last. I hope. Question 8. When did you start reading? Yeah, always been reading, but it really picked up in 2017 when I finished uni. because I finally had, time and energy to read for fun again, and nobody to tell me to write essays about the books I read. So I could just go back to reading for fun and enjoyment. So I went from reading like 1 or 2 books a year for fun to reading like 40-ish. Yeah, it became a serious hobby. Question 9, where do you like to read? So yeah, either curl up in bed or on the couch with my cat curled up on my lap. That's peak relaxation for me, and she's so cute. I'll also listen to an audiobook while I go for a walk. I feel like that's the best way to listen to an audiobook, and to get my steps up as well. So question 10, what kind of books do you like to read? Sum it up. The kind of books that I like to read aren't predictable or formulaic. These are the kinds of books that I rate the most highly, usually. So I'm a big fan of an ambiguous ending. I don't need things overly explained. So that means that lately I've been tending to read more literary fiction than before, just because it tends to be a bit more out there and postmodern and weird. Does that make me pretentious? Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I will also 100% Google explanation of a book if I get too confused. No shame in that. On top of that, I do love a good sci-fi novel, like I think classics like Philip K. Dick or Ursula Le Guin or Octavia Butler. They're all iconic. Love them. So I love sci-fi because it showcases these like philosophical and ideas about humanity and society in a way that no other genre really can. I also love the horror genre, but think more creepy, spooky, babadooky type of horror. Not so much the hack and slash, gory kind of stuff. That's just kind of gross. More psychological horror. If there's a ghost involved, I'm on board with that. Think like Shirley Jackson, love her, or like Stephen Graham Jones, also great. So I'm always looking to read more horror and creepy books. When I get sick of the deep, dark stuff, because we like to switch it up, I'll probably read like a comedic memoir or a book written by a comedian, because I'm also a little bit of a comedy nerd, She's got duality, I've got layers like an onion. I also horror and comedy, and I love to laugh, live, laugh, love. That's the end of all the questions. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to chuck us a little like, comment, or subscribe down below. I've got a lot more videos planned if you want to stick around and hear about what I've read recently, favorite books, and things such as that. Thanks again for watching. You the best. Love ya. Bye.